Yes,
Hello,
you can start.
okay. Hello, guys. Analysis one here, clinical psychologist. I hope you can see me. Because of connectivity issues at home, I had to be in my car because I love you so much. So today we are focusing more on the grade 12s. We've had our Minister of Education talking about us going back on the 1st of June to do things that have to do with education. So the grade sevens and the grade 12s, it means you'll be back in the classroom. And I suppose we have different views about that. I suppose our parents have different views. And also, we're kind of indifferent because we want to complete our matric year, we want to complete our grade 11, we want to complete our grade 10. But the emphasis now is everyone who is interested in finishing up their matric. So, I'm going to give you some tools of how to prepare yourself to go back to the mode and drive of studying and making sure that your priority of passing your matric is number one. So, psychologically, as much as what has been broadcasted, I believe it has left us with some kind of emotions, which is, I believe, one of the emotions that could be predominant is anxiety, right? Anxiety is a constant state of worry, but this kind of worry is worrying about worrying. That means that we worry about the future, we worry about what's yet to happen, we worry about our capability to go back to school. So, psychologically, what I would say is this is the time of understanding that there are things that are within your control and there are things that are beyond your control. And during this time, it requires of us that we manage our anxiety and leave everything to those who are authorities and those who know what is best for us. And I believe, from our perspective, the Ministry of Education, they would not have done this decision or kind of taken things to extreme. I understand there's anxiety around health implications. There's anxiety around, again, as to how are we going to manage the spread and how are we going to manage social distancing. I'm aware that some schools in the township, in rural areas, they may not have um, enough big classes and it may be difficult to maintain social distance. And so, what you can do as a matter of managing health implications, it is to make sure that you stick to sanitization. You stick making sure that you have your sanitizer, you have your mask, you have your gloves, so that you minimize the anxiety that comes with having to worry about being ill or having to worry about potential of getting COVID-19. Right. So, what I'm trying to say is for us to be able to manage our anxiety, we need to find a way where we manage the demands of health, we manage the demands of our academics. So, what is important now at the moment is when you go back to school, you need to change your strategy of how you've been doing your academics. Things are not going to be the same. Things will not be as easy as we would have imagined. And again, it's grade 12. I'm aware that the nature and the difficulty of having to sustain difficult content, by now you will be bombarded with so much information and people would need to catch up. So catching up means that you need to keep up and be on the roll. That means, again, you need to manage your level of anxiety and not study from a point of anxiety, but study from a point of saying, okay, I can only learn what I can learn, I can only assimilate. And one of the other ways is to use the resources that are there. I believe so that there will be tutorials. I believe that there will be extra lessons. I believe that we will need to step out of our comfort zone. That it means that I may not study the way that I used to. I may need to change the strategy again of understanding that there are different styles of learning because we are different. There are those ones who are visual learners, where they need visual stimulation, they need graphics, they need something that will remind them intellectually or cognitively, that they need that level of stimulation. At the same time, we have those ones who are more auditory learners who learn best by assimilating what is being translated, which then those kind of learners, they prefer more one-to-one contact, which is chances are not going to be very difficult. The chances of one-to-one contact, it could be digital learning, like what we are doing now, and what you've been getting from the lessons that have been offered. The idea it is to make sure that you get the information. So what that means again, you need to be able to integrate different styles of learning. You need to pair up with people that can help you manage the demands of what comes with that. And again, make sure that you use the resources that you have and make use of your teacher's content because that is very, very important. So again, psychologically, you need to prepare yourself that you need to go an extra mile. There's one thing that I love the most. I love wearing Nike, because of the line up that says, just do it, right? And I believe each and every one of us has that capacity of just doing it. And it's that time that, despite you being in the townships, despite you being in the rural areas, despite you being kind of limited in terms of learning resources, I believe that each and every one of you has the capacity of either extending themselves, learning. There's this word again that you need to learn. It's called resilience. Resilience, having the capacity of bouncing back when things don't get on your way. And that means that, again, you need to learn and cultivate that culture because it is very important that you start cultivating that. So I want you to keep it more like a fuel, right? That every car needs fuel for it to be functional. So I understand now that you may be driving on reserve tank, that you don't have enough fuel, but I believe the Department of Education, teachers, and everyone would try their level best to make sure that you pass your metric here. As I said, the focus of today is preparing your mind psychologically, preparing yourself, um, your brain to get used to the new normal because the new normal may be different. So if you find it so hard to cope with the content and everything that comes with being a learner, make use of activities and resources. There are resources in our disposal. Some may not have access to data, may not have resources that would enable their learning to be easy. Now, with SABC One, there are channels that are helpful in helping you manage the demands of content. There's catch up lessons there, there's English there, and everything that you need the most that will help you to cope with the demands of that. So if you find it so hard, again, over the previous sessions of what we have done here is we spoke about anxiety. That is, you need to be mindful of the symptoms that come with anxiety. That is your cognitive, that is what happens here. Some people, when they're anxious, they forget. They find it difficult to memorize. They find it difficult to pay attention. So look at those symptoms. If they become something difficult, then you need to find a way. Then there are emotional problems. Some people have irritability, some people panic, some people have situations where they sweat and all of that. And so when the anxiety is up, there's a lot that can happen psychologically, which you need to manage. Your worry about worrying and worry about what's going to come out from the exams and all of that. And if we had been following news, is that our your papers in matric are done. So it means everything has been done, the tests are ready, and everything is ready. What you need to do is to find a way where you get yourself ready for the new challenge. And I believe that each and every one of you has that capacity of managing the demands of anxiety. And again, one of the things we spoke about, it was about depression. Depression, this state of significant, severe sadness that you can't come out of it. And if that is the kind of feeling, sometimes other people find it hard to sleep. Others have lot of appetite, others have less appetite, others are less energetic, other more energetic. So with depression, there's this sense of feeling sad, feeling low, feeling down, and feeling that things are not really getting in on the point where you want to get to them. So for today, make sure that you prepare your mind, you prepare your soul, and you prepare every aspect and find a way where you manage your demands and this thing of wanting to procrastinate. Procrastination is this thing of delaying. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Now it's time to actually do it. Like as I said, it's like Nike. Just do it and make sure that every effort that you put and every sacrifice that you make at the end of the day, it will become something great. So for today, make sure that you take care of your mental health, you get yourself ready for the fest, and make sure that there are support systems that you can get access to and keep on learning via virtual lessons and everything that can help you. Guys, keep well. I wish you all the best. And for the first, make sure that you are ready. And if you need help, there are people like me who are psychologists who are trained to help you manage your demands and make you get to the point of where you want to get to. So, cheers, guys. Today, I had connectivity issues. I had to be outside. And again, it's because I want the very best for you. Keep well and cheers until next time. Bye, guys.